this section, find the missing side, round to the nearest tenth. Nearest tenth, that's 1 decimal place. Alright, same steps. Use your booklet, review your booklet. It had steps to follow. Always circle the angle. We know it's going to be trig because it's an angle that's not 30, 60, or 45. We circle the angle. 14 is the hypotenuse. X is adjacent right next to that angle. So what trig function deals with adjacent hypotenuse? Correct, cosine. So you write cosine and the angle, 25 degrees, equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is the x over the hypotenuse, the 14. Now, x is on top. So this is like saying cosine of 25 over 1. When x is on top, you're going to cross multiply. And we're just going to say multiply, really, because x is on top. So 1 times x is x equals 14 times the cosine of 25. Or you can put that in parentheses. But put the number first, so you will get the right answer. So we go here. We got to write it before we can type it into the calculator. We do 14 times, and we hit trig, cosine, and 25. Oops. Come on. And we hit enter. And then let's round to the nearest tenth. So we get 12.7. Alright, 32, same thing was the first step. Circle the angle. Good. Now we have to label the parts. The sides on the outside. X is hypotenuse. It's opposite the right angle. 20 is adjacent. What trig function do we do with this? Yep, just like we did on the last one, cosine. So we're going to write cosine of 21 degrees is equal to adjacent 20 over hypotenuse, which is x. Now, this is a little different. X is now on the bottom. So just recap. That means I'm going to take all of what I have here, cosine 24, and I'm going to put it in place of x, and now move x to where the cosine 24 is. Meaning x is now on the left side of the equal sign. Then it's 20 divided by the cosine of 21. I don't know if I said 24 earlier. I apologize if I did. But 21. And now we're going to type that into the calculator. So 20 divided by trig cosine 21. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. So we see 21.4. Alright, for 33, so make sure we start off correctly. Circle the 35, the angle. X is your hypotenuse. But now we're going across to the opposite side. So 12 is opposite. What trig function is this? Correct. Sine of 35 equals opposite over hypotenuse. Basically our O over H. But what is the O? What is the opposite? 12. What's the hypotenuse? X. Again, X is on the bottom. I'm going to let you finish this. This is similar. The next step is similar to what we just did on 32. And I'm going to let you do 34. And I'm going to move on to 35 and do the same steps. Circle my angle. 11 would be opposite the angle 46. X is the adjacent. Now what trig function is dealing with opposite and adjacent? That would be tangent. So tangent of 46 equals opposite 11 over adjacent, which is x. And what do we do when x is on the bottom of the ratio? Correct, if you said switch them. X equals 11 divided by the tangent of 46. You got to type that into the calculator. And I believe, I have faith, if you've been doing these things, you have 36. So there is your review. If you have some questions, then you need to come see me in the morning. Also, last time on the last test, and I'm going to show you this right now. Let me pause and I'll show it to you. Okay, when you go to Edmodo, the last post I gave you, it said you'll find a link to the video explanation. That was the last for the last test. So if you want to look at that again for extra, but there was some flashcards here. If you click on that, and then if you go to flashcards, this is good because it's just checking to see if you know what it looks like. If I go to the next one, the formula, see if you know your formulas. Legs of the right triangle, what do you know about those? Adjacent, they make the right angle. The hypotenuse, opposite the right angle. These are just facts to help you. This is the thing, if I go to a leg to a hypotenuse, they want to know what would you do in a 45, 45, 90 if you go to leg to hypotenuse. Multiply by square root of 2. These are good things to use to check to make sure you have retain the information. Also on Edmodo, where it says show more attachments, you have your review packet, okay? I have a blank review and a blueprint. I'm going to do exactly the same things that I did on the last test, so please make sure you click on all the attachments and use what I'm giving you to help you prepare. Thank you for doing this. Good luck to you tomorrow. Happy studying. Prepare, prepare, prepare.